What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV. Back again. It's a match review show, and I've got Manchester City fan with me, and it's Lucas. Hi to Lucas.
Hey mate, how are you?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Just got back from Bristol. I'm from Manchester, sort of thing, back to Bristol, and it's been a good experience at the Ethiad, but we just didn't get that win. But how's things for you, man?
Yeah, all good, thanks. Just a sore throat, so my throat sounds a bit, but just the weather.
I get you. Right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. And if you like the video, like what we watch, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. And super chats are open as well. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. Let's go on to. First, we'll get on the mod first. It's just Mama Flossie. Big up to Mama Flossie. She is lovely. She is so fantastic. And do follow on Instagram as well. And she's very, very popular. Fantastic mod as well. Does all the other channels just as also more early doors TV, Tony Claude, Gunnar as well, and all those sub channels as well. Big up to Admiral Drex. Big up to you, my guy. Hope you're okay. Big up to Luca, Arsenal fan. Can be a mod. We definitely chat about Luca. No problems at all on that. That'd be good. And let's go on to others as well. I hope you're enjoying Newcastle experience, Luca, as well. And Colton, how to Colton as well. The 2 own goals, the clubs are let down. We're going to chat about that as well. And so on yesterday's game at the Ethiad, we played the FA Cup against your mob at Man City, and we went for the back 5. And when you look to the lineup, Lucas, for Newcastle's lineup, was you surprised that Eddie changed it from 4-3-3 to 5-3-2?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. I just thought maybe with not much to play for this season, I thought he might have gone for it. But because all 3 times we've had before yesterday's game were all very quite close. I remember the game at your gaff. I know we won 3-2, but you gave us a scare. We needed to bring on De Bruyne to help us get the win for that. So I thought he'd go. I thought he'd go for like a 3-4-3 sort of formation, maybe a 4-3-3, just to try and really take it to us, because we can concede goals, and you had a couple of good chances yesterday to take them.
Yeah, I mean,
so I was
go on, carry on.
I was just a little bit surprised. But I think you had the opportunities were there. You didn't have the quality, and I think maybe the decision making let you down a little bit.
Yeah, you said there we haven't got the quality. I look at that team, right? And I'm going to be brutally honest now. Yeah, I mean, I do love Eddie Howe, and I'm Eddie in all day, right? Because I'm backing my manager. But I look at the team, and it leaves scratching me heads at this moment in time. I mean, the substitutions and his tactics as well, and the players. He's got too many favourites, Lucas. I spoke to a Man City fan yesterday, and he said that if you're going to go to the next level, then Eddie needs to be replaced. And he keeps picking players like Dan Burn, Sean Longstaff, Miguel Miron, Jacob Murphy to a degree, and he's has players like Matt Ritchie on the bench as well. And he still plays injured players on the pitch. Now, for me, right, if you are to make the next step up, right, from a fan outside in, do you think Eddie Howe is the right man to lead Newcastle into the glory days? Or do you think now's the time to sort of move on to that next step and get a bigger name manager at the club?
I'd give him till the end of the season. And if it's me personally, I would. Eddie Howe eventually is going to get the sack anyway, I think. He might only last until maybe October, December. He could last another season. But if you've got a chance to replace him with a bigger manager and better manager in the summer, I would probably take that opportunity. And Mourinho's available. I don't know whether you'd like Mourinho, but he's still a winner. He can bring trophies to your club.
Yeah.
And there's obviously other managers you could who are available at other clubs or out of contract who are already available.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? I mean, you got time. I mean, I love Eddie, but I'm going to give him another season, no doubt about it. Yeah, but the trouble is, right? I mean, we've got 10 games left. It's opportunity for Eddie to change things up and play players like Lewis Hall in, Elliot Anderson more game time, Lewis Hall more game time. And he needs to give him a chance. I mean, Lewis Hall, I just don't understand that. Why he's not playing them enough, yeah? When he came on the pitch, in my opinion, I think he did all right.
He's a good player.
And he is. And I don't know what's going on between Eddie. My understanding is that was a Dan Ashworth signing. Now, Dan Ashworth's left the club to become director. And he will be. And the thing is, yeah, I mean, surely now the fans are demanding that Lewis Hall gets a start to left back.
I mean, you've got 10 games left. Treat them as 10 cup finals, but also try and introduce other players as well in positions that you think you can get wins. You've got 10 games left. You've got enough. I know you want to finish as high as you can. Europe's probably a stretch.
Yeah.
So I'd say, yeah, play Lewis Hall, play whoever else. Is it Miley as well in midfield? He's a good player.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
I do as well. I mean, he's a good player. He really is a good player. I mean, look, I would have started him off yesterday, but he just goes to Sean Longstaff every single time when he just offers absolutely nothing. And I'm not going to lie, but I mean, Eddie needs to be ruthless. I'll comment on in a bit as well before we talk about the game.
Yeah.
Big up to Big Morgan. Big up to you. Roberto Mancini is a man. He's an absolute winner.
I mean, he did it at City. So.
Yeah, I spoke to one yesterday, City fan at length, and he said the exact same thing. Players, we need to get someone like him, but Eddie's our manager, and I'm sure that our owners will have to make him tend to be ruthless, or unfortunately, it could be moved on. Sadly, and I hope it doesn't happen. Dubaka defends no pressing good, Pope pressing good. Well, Pope's out at the end of the season anyway. I don't think he'd be playing again, to be fair. It just goes back and back and back. Hey to Lorraine. Hi to you. Big up to you, Lorraine. I hope you're great. And hi to Mama Flossie again. I mean, Mama Flossie and Lorraine get on so well. They really get on so well. They haven't long known each other, which is good. And they get on really well. Let's go to the game, right? And we'll talk about your tactics. I mean, Foden started, Haaland started, Rodri started, no Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, Pep, you look at the squad you've got, though, Lucas. You've got such a big squad. You can just pick anyone. And Oscar Robb, I mean, came off a sub as well for me.
I like Bob. I wanted him to start. Yeah, I wanted Oscar Bob to start. I'm a little bit disappointed with Haaland at the moment as well. I know he's a goal-scoring machine, but he's just a bit off it at the moment. And could you see he was very frustrated yesterday? He wasn't really in the game, was he?
Not really, no, not really. I mean, look, at the end of the day, in my opinion, he didn't get out of second gear, to be fair. We don't. It was just like a training exercise for Man City. I mean, Keith Downey, the Sky Sports presenter for Newcastle, for North East, he's had exactly the same thing. But at the end of the day, what can I do? What can you say? But we are a million miles away to get to your standard and the top 6 standard as well, honestly. And it's just, you know what? I mean, I'll give Eddie time. No problems at all. I mean, got one for Lorraine. I mean, I think she was a good comment as well. Honestly, we don't want to lose Eddie, but he's only got himself to blame. He really got to reshape in the summer, or sadly, he's gone, and that would be a travesty. In other words, like Lorraine said, he's got to be ruthless.
I mean, I like Eddie. I've followed him from his Bournemouth days. I think he's done a really good job. He's turned Newcastle from you could have gone down, let's be honest. And he's taken you into the Champions League, which I think is a fantastic achievement, and that shouldn't be understated. Obviously, this season's been disappointing for you a lot because with the injuries you've had and also crashing out of Europe. But I do think Eddie has time to turn things around, and I hope he's given that time. But I do think maybe the club could be ruthless, and that's up to them, obviously.
He needs to, like, otherwise it's going to be awful, absolutely awful. And got one from Mama Flossie. It was a tough watch. We offered nothing really. I mean, Isak had that shot. He had a good chance just for half time when he shot it straight at Ortega. It looked a great save, but in my opinion, it should have been a lot better from Isak. They should be going in.
Yeah, Shearer said on Match of the Day that he should have buried that.
Should have done.
Yeah.
And that's the problem last season. When we really go forward, we just fizzled out quite easily. The final ball's been poor. I thought we just don't give it a ball away. You can't do it against these lot.
No, I know what you mean.
So, yeah, let's go on to the game itself. And let's go on to City went a goal up, and I've got to be honest with you, it's just no surprise when Bernardo Silva had a shot and it took a deflection and looped over the back's head, and a big deflection over his head and into the back of the net. And then once that went in, I've got to be honest with you, I didn't think he was going to come back from this. I mean, what do we do?
Yeah, well, I always think the best way to get it to stop how did I get yeah. The referee's got to do better there, Lorraine.
We come to
the referee. Yeah, but what I was just saying with the best way for Newcastle to get a result at City would have been to get an early goal or to really frustrate City. But obviously, I think 9 or 10 minutes into the game, you've got a big ask to get a result at the Ethiad after that. And I tweeted you yesterday, John, that we got 2 lucky goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I look at the Newcastle shape. I think we started well. I mean, I started all right, and I honestly thought that we just kept it really tight. I mean, we just used the ball well, but once that first goal went in, it's just just ripped us apart big time. Do you know what I mean? And it's so frustrating because I said to my mate next to us, I said, look, we can't sit back, right? Or else they're going to have us. Then 30 seconds later, exactly what they've done.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like a marathon when you go into City. It really is. It takes it out of you. It's so draining because we just keep the ball. But just to get the ball off us, I mean, Bruno, he ran his socks off, but he just couldn't get anywhere near Rodri and players like that, just because we're so good on the ball. And the Bernardo Silva, he's just, if we had 11 of him, he'd be amazing.
Yeah,
I wish we could clone that player. He is amazing.
Yeah, he is a great player. But when you look at it, you've got Casemiro, when he played for Brazilian national team, you got players like Casemiro next to him. Then when he plays for Newcastle, he looks over his shoulder. Sean Longstaff, really? Oh, dearie me. I mean, Bruno and Isak were not at their best. That's because the players around him didn't perform. But one shot on target in the whole game, that just sums it up.
It was a team effort as well, wasn't it? It's a team effort. Yeah.
Exactly. Totally agree, man. Lawrence Green and Lugas there. The reference to Man City's 12th man yesterday. Yeah, he was indeed.
Yeah.
It was so difficult it was a tough watching this ref. Very tough watch, man.
Well, we do get favourable decisions, I have to admit. But I think a lot of the top teams do.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got the second goal as well. I mean, I thought Joe Willis should have helped Dan Burn out a bit as well. I thought that was really, really poor play from Willock, and then Silva got the ball in again. Hit a shot, it's going so wide. Botman got on the way. He was in no man's land. Yeah,
exactly.
He could have left it or just get out of the way, but he didn't either. Headed in, past the Barca, 2-0, game sat and done. That's on 31st minute, and you know what? I just think this game done. Eddie Howe had to change it up, sort of thing. Personally, I would have changed it up. I would have made some subs there and then, because you know what? With Eddie Howe, when he makes his decisions, it's just too late for them.
Yeah, when you're 2-0, 2-0, it's pretty much game over there, Ad. So you need to change something up. Go for it. You've got nothing to lose. After obviously the tie could be pretty much over anyway. So go for it. You've got nothing. Especially yourself, John. You travel to the game.
Yeah.
Give the hard-working Newcastle fans that give up the time to go to the game something to cheer about.
Exactly. But we did try and get back in the game. We did try, and I've got one here from Mark Wool as well. Big up to Mark Wool. Can't blame Eddie for the team lack of spirit. Bruno was the only one with the spirit in that team. Marco, like I said, when he plays for Brazil, he's got Casemiro next to him. When he looks at Newcastle, Longstaff, Bruno needs quality in that side. He needs quality in the team.
It's night and day, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, Eddie should know this, yeah? I mean, look, Sean Longstaff, not good enough yet. He ain't going to win a title. There's no way. Lewis Maddy would, with better players around him, yeah? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Burn, I'm sorry for him. Listen, I like Dan Burn, but don't pick a player by the birth certificates, yeah? By the ability. Yeah, I'm sorry, but he's no left back. You can't play a defender on left wing back, you're going to play 3 at the back. He just can't do it.
No.
And I knew that straight away. Again, Eddie's picking his favourites all the time. And I just let me start scratching my head at times.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. But you look at the midfield, I thought Joe Willock, I thought he was poor yesterday, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. But, you know,
I like Willock as well.
I do. I'm a fan
player.
of him.
I do. I like him.
I'm a fan of him.
It didn't offer a lot yesterday, though.
Nah, because your midfield favour didn't allow them to happen, unfortunately. And when you don't allow us to happen, sort of thing, try to do the best, then you know what? We've all got to struggle. We are just so many years behind the top teams at the minute. Like, do you know what I mean? I blame FFP for that. I really do blame FFP.
The new
PSR
rules, PSR. Well, luckily they're changing that up. Because obviously we've been fortunate that even though, you know, the charges and everything, that we've managed to spend quite a lot of money. And for the Premier League to stop other clubs from spending a lot of money, I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, facts. It's facts. And the bottom line is, right, I'm not going to lie, yeah, I mean, this FFP PSR, right, have I got any problems with FFP? Slightly not, but this PSR thing, right? I mean, they just make up this go along. Do you know what I mean? They do doing this, Lucas. It's to stop clubs like Newcastle, and I've said this millions of times, it's to stop them from spending what they want. Do you know what I mean? So the Premier League have protected the Big Six. They do not want Newcastle to compete for titles.
Personally, John, I would love for any club to invest as much as they want in their team, as long as it is sustainable. Okay. And imagine instead of having that top 6, we have a top 10, top 15, where clubs can spend what they want and they can go for it, and they can really, really compete, and we make it the best league possible.
Exactly. But
can you imagine how good that would be?
Yeah,
how good
absolutely.
That would be.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be fantastic. It really is. I mean, they're supposed to say the Premier League is the richest club in the world. They say it's the so-called best league in the worord, but it can't be the best league in the world if we cannot compete. We need to compete, and I totally agree with you. We're not going to be in debt. City's not going to be in debt. Villa's not going to be in debt. You know, so I think you should spend what we want. I mean, Christian Personal's come out, the Villa director of football, sports and director, come out and said that, look, at the end of the day, right, I mean, the Premier League has killed everything. They killed competition. They killed everything. Do you know what I mean? You got to spend what we want. We're never going to be in debt. I agree with you, man.
Well, you had the big 3. So before Chelsea come on, you've got Arsenal, United, and Liverpool. Okay, the big 3. Chelsea come along and blew that out of the water, and under Mourinho they won the league. And then as soon as City come along as well, they start writing to the Premier League saying, "No, we can't do this," because they were scared. Because they were getting all the commercial. Yeah, they were scared.
Exactly. Centre-backs are not breed for speed. It's simple as that. Name one centre-back with pace. I can't think of a one. Maxi Lacroix for Wolfsburg. I don't know if he's still at Wolfsburg. He's got pace at the back. He's got speed. You got Dumfries as well for Inter Milan. He's got pace, but
Tamale's quite fast as well. Tamale, English centre-back for AC Milan.
Yeah, he's quick. That's my dream signing. That's my dream signing.
Sleeper and Gabriel are quite pacey as well. There's quite a few, but I know what you mean. There's not as many. But centre-backs have never been the quickest, really.
Yeah, man. Exactly. And you know what? We need a pacey centre-back if we can get one as well. But unfortunately, again, the Premier League saying that we can't spend any money.
I mean, I was actually happy for Newcastle when they got their ownership. I never had a problem with it because I've been through it. Yeah. Never had an issue. I mean, look how badly you suffered under Mike Ashley. Your fans were miserable. They didn't want to go to games. Do you know what I mean?
That's absolute facts. That's the thing.
You still had a good VAR. I mean, you have loyal fans who still went to games, but it wasn't an enjoyable experience.
Exactly.
But now you're having a great time.
We are indeed. And
you've got your passion back.
Yes. I mean, some of the younger fans, not all of them, some of the younger fans, I mean, wants to get success right now. But all the fans like ourselves, we just got to be patient. Simple as that, man. It is it is. And all the red teams hate Newcastle owners and City. Happy Paddy's Days. Happy Paddy Days, boys. Happy St. Patrick's Day for you as well, big guy. Big up to you, man. Do you believe that Burn's been sold down the river by playing him out of position? That's from Marco. Look, Marco, I love Dan Burn. Don't get us wrong. But he's not a left back, and he's definitely not a left wing back neither. For me, I mean, if he would be successful, if you want to move on to better things and make that step up, I don't think Dan's going to be part of it as well, mate, unfortunately. But for me, right, Eddie loves him. Eddie loves this guy.
Yeah.
He loves this guy because he's one of his favourites. That is the problem. But for me, he's a centre back and not a left back. Go on, Luke.
I don't think he's been sold down the river. I think he's just doing a job. I think he's doing a job for the squad and the team. He wants to play for Newcastle. Obviously it's not his favourite position, but he'll do it because he has to.
Yeah, he has to. Then that means I want to see Lewis Hall play. I want to see Lewis Hall play next season. 2 weeks' time because
next
Lewis
game,
Hall, definitely got 2 home games. Everton is one of them. West Ham first before Everton. And let's be real, that's what you're going to have to do. I think I've read that one. I've read that one as well. So, I talked about the second goal, but what about that chance on the stroke of half time? Isak, for those who had just joined, Isak, what a chance. Massive chance. But I tell you what, before that, the back had to make a good save as well. He made another great save just before half time. And it could have been 3-4 down at half time. But in the second half, it's just like a training exercise for Man City. I mean, we didn't offer a lot, didn't we? I mean, you had no shots on target, 2 shots on target for the whole game. And you know what it is, right? It's just painful to watch. I thought when Lewis Hall came on, he looked good. Elliot Anderson looked good. Miley looked good as well. But the trouble is, though, the players that Eddie puts on, they look good.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I'm just gonna have a look at what was the subs you made again. Let's just have a look.
We took off Anthony Gordon for Miguel Miron, and also went off as well Dan Burn for Lewis Hall, and I think it might have been Elliot Anderson came on, and I think it might be Joe Willock.
Yeah, because we took Doku off and just Haaland. We don't really make a lot of subs, City really. I remember originally Pep was in favour for the 5-sub rule, but quite a lot often he only makes 1 or 2 subs. And you pretty much you changed quite a few. What do you think of Anthony Gordon? Do you like him, John?
100%. That guy's my player of the season by a mile. This guy, when he works hard for the team, he tracks backs, he defends, he's got skills on him. 9 goals scored this season. 9 goals scored, 5 assists for the Liverpoolian. And I tell you what, mate, I mean, people were a bit iffy about that signing. 45 million quid. But
it's a lot of money, but
he's worth every penny now. I mean, Eddie Howe is turning him into a quality winner. But for me, I like to see him on the right-hand side, but he's asked to play on the left-hand side. And that is the thing. But he's a fantastic player, him, Anthony Gordon. And I tell you what, without his contributions, I think Newcastle wouldn't spot a bother. But he's a finisher, and he's a good player.
I like him.
Great player, him. And Isak's first touch needs to be worked on. That's the mark. And Isak's a top strike, just an off day. That's the thing, right? I mean, look, 15 goals from the Swede. I like him. I just hope he doesn't move at the end of the season. There's no fight in our team, neither Premiership or cup matches. The thing is, though, Lauren, right? When you look at the goals conceded, right? We conceded like 4s against Arsenal, 3s against Everton, 4s against Tottenham. We conceded a lot of goals. In fact, we have conceded the same amount of goals as Sheffield United. And that tells you something. That is where the problem lies, in defence. And another thing is, right, and I'm going to say it, right, last season, we were fantastic. This season, I don't think we've been found out, but we have a lot of injuries this season. A lot of injuries, man.
I think the injuries has killed you.
100%.
It's the injuries. They've killed. They're a killer. They've killed your momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that helps with defensive sides as well as the midfield. When you've not have your full strength side, you concede more.
Yeah, that is the problem. It's the defence that needs to. I mean, you need to get a left back. You need to get Lewis Hall in. I mean, if Kieran Trippier is going to be there, Livramento can come in. We could do another centre back with pace. Tomori, I'll go for him as well for Milan. he wants to come back
He's
to
a good
England.
player.
He's classing. That guy, I tell you what, if he played for us yesterday, we'd not have lost that game. Gordon's a home player. He's a good player, but he has some serious stamina issues. Yeah, he does look a bit tired in games as well. I think he works. He tries hard. He tries too hard at times for my liking, but he's a great player.
Maybe he can use his head. Maybe he can use his head a bit more to when to run, and because you find a lot of players will, like Bernardo Silva, he knows when to run and when not to, but when to press.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And he's got a lot of stamina. So maybe that's something he can work into his game.
Very, very true. True. Got one here from Lorraine. From day one, I had a good feeling about Anthony. I knew he'll come good, and he is good too that day. And we did John Horrendous. Yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, we were second half. I mean, we did well. But for me, got one here from FDT. Big up to you, my guy. Good support from you yesterday, John, at the Ethiad. I was there as usual. The fans were brilliant. I mean, and I tell you what, we didn't leave. I left till the very end. I did not leave that stadium until the last kick of the bar. You know what I mean? But I look at the stadium yesterday, lots of empty seats, Sir Lucas. And I don't want to upset you.
Yeah.
There's loads of empty seats. Why?
I honestly don't know. I mean, people go on about the economy and all that, but that's not an excuse because every fan group has the same thing. And season tickets are one of the cheapest in the league. So I think our stadium's too big for what we actually, for the fan base, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
We've got like 54, 55,000 seater. We get about 52, 53,000, which, it's a good turnout, but we do get taken a mick out of.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
That's true. It's just all it is. Like, it's just called the Ethiad, not the Ethiad, the Ethiad, and a lot of people have been saying that as well. But at the end of the day, you're used to winning as well, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing. But I mean, like I said, 72% of the possession. Really, that's something like 28. Yeah, I mean, last season we was going into the 60s and 70s. Yeah, it just goes to show that we have got a long, long, long way to go. We got beat by City, beat by Chelsea, beat by Tottenham, beat by Arsenal, beat by Liverpool. That's 5 top teams right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we got to play United away at Old Trafford next month. Yeah, possibly 6 as well. That tells me that we have got a long way to go at this moment in time. You know what I mean? And we have got to fix up very, very quickly, take to the next level. Our owners said they want to be number 1. Yeah. But the way at the minute, we're 10th in the league and we've gone from 4th last season, 10th this season. Yeah. But do you think the season's over for Newcastle? 10 games to go. Do you think the season's dead now for Newcastle, or do you think you got something to play for the Europe?
How many points are you off Europe? Let's have a look.
I think we got to about 4. Is it 4? I know we're 15 from the Champions League. So if we get the Champions League, we're not getting there.
Right, okay, so you're on 40 points. You've got 10 games to go.
Yeah. 30.
So 7th will get you Conference League, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And 6th. I know you probably don't want to be in that competition, do you? Would you take that personally?
That's on a Thursday night as well. Personally, if that means having to fight for Champions League football next season, then I'll probably say no. But Newcastle fans want European football. I want European football as well. But the Europa Conference, I think that could be a good experience for us as well. So I'd definitely take it.
One thing I would say is don't turn like a competition like that down, because look at West Ham. They've been this is the 3rd time they've been in a quarter-final now in Europe, and 3 seasons in a row. They won the Europa Conference League last season.
Yeah,
it's a trophy. Don't turn your nose down at it.
No, definitely not. I'd take it. Definitely give it a go, 100%. And I want to see a strong team out as well. And I want to see a strong team out for that Europa Conference as well. Players want to be in it as well. You look at the European teams, they want to play in it as well. So look at Roma. Jose playing a strong team.
Exactly.
A very strong team.
City have been fighting for Europe for the last 15, 16 years. And when we were in the Europa League, I always wanted City to win that because it was silverware.
Absolutely. I
And we've
want to
only
win things.
Yeah, I mean, we just won the Champions League last season, which took it was a long slog for that. It took ages, probably too long, I think. But to finally get there, I think is a big relief. And I think honestly, Newcastle will win trophies. It's going to take time. You got a lot of patience as well. I mean, if you look at City got taken over in summer of 2008. You're looking at over 1,000 games for us to go from nothing to winning the Champions League. So it's going to be a long while before Newcastle can win trophies.
Yeah.
It might take 2 or 3 years, it might take 5 years, but if the owners are invested, you will do it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And for me, they got to spend the money. It's as simple as that. I know people talk to us and say if that means taking points deduction, then do take the points deduction. But I'm not so sure on that. I would do things the right way. But I think we're pretty close to FFP. I think we're pretty close to FFP, Lucas. I think
you might have to. I've seen that, and is it true you may have to sell before you buy, like a big player?
It have to be.
One thing I've seen Bruno's been linked with moves away, but I think he's key to you. So I'd refrain from selling him only if you have to. But he's one player I think he's key to your midfield, and I would keep him.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we've got to keep Bruno because at the end of the day, we're not going to get bullied from the Premier League saying we've got to sell the best player. No, we've got to get rid of the dead wood. There's 8 of them you should get rid of as well.
Yeah, I think you're better off getting rid of 2, 3, or 4 players rather than him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right. I mean, another thing is, right, if Eddie Howe's like new contracts with Matt Ritchie or Dan Burn or other Deadwood players like Mark Gillespie and Goal and that, and then I'll be disappointed. I'll be very disappointed. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think Eddie's learned his lesson. I hope we need someone in. So we'll see what happens.
Where would you strengthen in the summer? Where do you think you need strengthening?
We definitely strengthen Lewis Hall should be signed up. Yeah. Right back's covered. We need another centre back with pace. Yeah. We need a CDM. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But Eddie Howe doesn't play CDMs. He doesn't play CDMs. But I tell you what, we need a right side of midfield. Definitely. We need a striker.
Well, CDMs are key to the modern game. I mean, 100. look at Rice. I wanted City to get Rice because he's incredible. I'm glad. He's obviously he went to Arsenal, and I'm glad he's doing well. Yeah, he's a joy to watch.
He is a cracking player. He's a cracking player, and that's why Arsenal's going to come close this season. Whether they're going to win the Prem, I don't know, but I think you guys will win it. I think you guys will find a way. I
think it's down to Arsenal whether they win the league or not, or Liverpool as well. It's down to them rather than on City. It's completely down. If Arsenal can come to the Ethiad and get a result, then they can win the league. But again, it's up to them because they didn't have the experience last season. Yeah, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. The league's not over yet. Exactly. Just not coming to Eddie's comments after the 2-0 defeat at the Ethiad. He was asked about the season, and he said that there's a huge amount of play to play for. If people ask this, the season's over, that's absolutely nonsense as far as I'm concerned. So Eddie is not killing off the season at all whatsoever. So, and so that's what he's saying. I think my computer's frozen as well, but
I can still hear you.
Yeah, can
still hear you.
Yeah, can you talk about Newcastle and talk about Man City? Just talk about Newcastle's chances to the chat, and then I'll be back. Yeah, don't go away.
Yeah, sure, mate. So I think Newcastle got a good. I've got a chance to compete for Europe, but they really, really need to stamp their foot now and start winning, picking up the points. I don't. What does the chat think? I'm not sure if I can see any comments yet, but hopefully it will come up. I'm just going to open up another window just so I can see the chat. But I really think Eddie's got a good chance of picking up some points. So I'm just going to open up the window here and we'll see the chats. So what do you guys think in the chat? Thanks, Rosie, for saying smash up the likes. Honest guess from Marco. Thank you very much. I think it's important to be honest. I come from I come from Jersey, and I try to get over some games when I can. We got any chats, guys? What do you guys think of Eddie? Are you happy with him? I think I don't know. The rain said she's a bit. If we go back to the chat, there's some comments on Dubravka early on as well. Dubravka defend, no pressing good. Pope pressing good. Yeah, Pope's a very good goalkeeper. Hope he gets fit for you soon, guys. Yeah, the rain. I agree with you. I think he deserves time. He's done a stellar job. I think obviously you got you to the cup final last season, and that was a fantastic achievement. Just a shame you couldn't get over the line. Hi, John. You're back now, mate.
Back again. Thank you, man. It's just my bloody stream yard's gone doing, but
no, it's fine, mate. I see it all the time. It happens.
Yeah. Thank you. Got one new medical staff as well, new medical team as well. Yes, we do, Lorraine, to be fair, because I tell you what, something ain't right with our medical team. Absolute shocking. It really is. Special likes. Thank you very much indeed. Rosie, unlucky for yesterday, mate. Always going to be tough. I have to agree with you on there as well. And Lucas, Eddie deserves to stay because he's brought us so far.
Yeah, I think he's on a very good job.
Yeah, he is. And he has indeed. And who's agreed to Lorraine? He deserves at least another season. That's from Mama Flossie. Big up to you, Mama Flossie. And if you're on Insta, guys, do follow Mama Flossie on Instagram as well. She is absolutely fun, and she's very young as well. She's very young, and I really want Eddie to get to where with us as well. And big up to Luca. He's a big Arsenal fan, by the way.
I've seen Luca in Jazz, Jazz from Arsenal History and More.
Yeah,
I've seen him in that chat before, so yeah, I know he's a big fan.
He is, and he's Arteta out.
Yeah,
he's Arteta. They're both Arteta out.
Oh Jesus. To be fair to Arteta, he's doing a decent job at the moment.
If I was an Arsenal fan, right, then Arteta would not be my guy. Needed someone better.
For me, Arteta's taken too long.
I agree.
Yeah, he's taken too long.
It's like 8 points clear, and you can't do that. If you mess it out, let's put it this way: if it was 8 points clear, Newcastle, right, and we didn't win the title, we bottled it as well. We bottled the league. You don't go that far in front and bottle the league.
I'm pretty sure Liverpool were. I think they were 5 points clear, and City had a game in hand to them. And Liverpool went 8, I think, at one point in one of our seasons. So it's even happened to Klopp. It is difficult. It's unforgivable. The Premier League in terms of the points. You can't afford to drop a single point in the title race. Otherwise, City, Liverpool, they'll eat you alive.
I agree. But you look at these teams now, you've got Man City, his team's alive. Arsenal, Liverpool, his team's alive, yeah? That's the main group. United's got a long way to go, yeah? Tottenham under Ange Postecoglou, he's done a fantastic job as well. And Chelsea under Poch, they only just beat Leicester, by the way, as well. But I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
In the end, 4-2. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And also, I'm going to carry on what Eddie's read as well.
Yep.
And yes, it was a tough watch yesterday. And he also said, and it was a tough watch last night as we were ultimately outclassed by a City side that didn't need to get out second gear. But I can't understand claims on social media now, campaigns now write off when we just 3 points off 7th. I don't get that at all. There's a huge amount to play for. And if people say it's over, that's absolutely nonsense as far as I'm concerned. And he also added, we'll run forward to try and get our best form back, first and foremost, and try to win as many games as we can. We want to finish this season on a positive way because we'll be taking and feeling into next year as well. Now, all it is, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we just got to keep going. We've got 2 home games coming up as well, and couple of games that we've got to play. West Ham a week on Saturday, and 3 days that against Everton. It should be 6 points, but West Ham's not going to make it easy for us at all whatsoever. But you got Arsenal as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your. So you just said you got West Ham and Everton at home, and they are massive games. I think for both yourselves, West Ham, but I think more importantly for Everton in terms of the relegation battle. So you'll have some tricky games, but I think winnable.
Yeah.
I think winnable.
I agree. I totally agree.
We've got the Arsenal game, but we'll talk more about your games. So I think West Ham were winning. They had a goal disallowed, so they're 1-0 up against Villa, who are a very good side as well. So I think you'll have a tough game against West Ham, and they'll want to improve their form as well going into their quarter final against Leverkusen.
Yeah, that'd be a tough game for West Ham. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because did you see Leverkusen? They scored like 2 goals in injury time in Europe.
Patrick Schick won it.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah,
it just goes to show what a job Xabi Alonso has done.
Is this his first season or second season?
No, I mean he kept them up from relegation. I think it's his first full season.
Yeah,
I think it's first full season. So what a job he's done.
Yeah, and they're unbeaten as well.
They are unbeaten the whole season.
So that's really impressive. Yeah, and obviously Harry Kane's not having a great season, is he?
I think he's had a brilliant season.
No, in terms of with Bayern,
in terms of the team,
individually, he's done brilliantly. He's settled in so well. But obviously, as a team, I think Tuchel will be leaving anyway. So,
he's gone. He's gone at the end of the season, mate. He's gone, done. So
what are your predictions for West Ham and Everton, John?
Yeah, prediction. I expect to both win those games. If we want to get to the top 6, top 7, let's be real. We've got to win both of those games. We have to. We're at home. We've got no excuses. But I want to see Eddie change it up as well. I want to see Lewis Hall come in. I want to see Liney come in. I want to see Levermento come in if Kieran's not fit. I want to see him change it up. Sean Longstaff dropped. Burn dropped. Miggy dropped. It's as simple as that. We want to win that game, but Eddie will probably won't listen to us. But we'll see.
To be honest, looking at your fixtures, I think they're quite. Obviously, you've got. I think Fulham away will be a tough game on the 6th of April, and then after that you've got Spurs and Newcastle. But I think after that you've got some winnable games.
Yeah.
So I don't see why. So out of 30 points, I don't see why you can't pick up about 25 at least.
We've got to play Spurs at home, fighting for Champions League. United away, fighting for Champions League. Yeah, but all the teams.
Yeah,
but
I think you've got.
We've got a good chance. Hopefully, we've got Sheffield United at home. We've got to play Burnley away. We've got to play. Obviously, we've done. We've got to play West Ham, Everton at home.
Yeah,
Tottenham's going to be tough. Burnley away, like I said, Brentford away, Fulham away, and I'll be at Fulham as well. So I can't wait for it.
That'll be good, mate.
It would be. John, you're going to Luton next week? I'm not, I'm afraid, mate. I'm not. No, I get to hold back as well. But I'd love to. It's a women's final. I would have loved to go in there, but couldn't make it. I'm sorry, Matt. I hope you enjoy it, man. I hate this awful feeling. Klopp maybe look for a big challenge as he took Liverpool as far as he can. Can you see him at the Toon? No way.
No.
He's not coming to Newcastle. Not a chance, Lloyd. Not a chance. But
I just don't see him back in England again. I think he'll get maybe the Real Madrid job or Barcelona. Maybe Germany.
Maybe Germany.
Yeah, one of those teams. I just don't see him back in England.
Nah, probably the German national team for me. Apparently, they're all friends. The Saudi wants them to manage the national team. Roberto Mancini is the current Saudi coach.
Yeah, I saw Mourinho was on the F1 grid recently.
Yeah, he was chatting, and then people were asking, talking about it, and then social media went viral, basically saying that
Yeah,
is he coming to Newcastle
they always put 2 and 2 together, don't they?
and makes 5? Doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe in
Doesn't
the
work.
future, but it's too early to say.
I agree. I agree. And also, so I don't know if you've seen social media going around that Pep went up to Eddie and said that came up to him, and I don't know how true it is, but social media has come out and said that that's not how you should play.
So I heard that off. I think it's Match of the Day that said that as well. Yeah, I was watching Match of the Day, and they said something similar. Mate, yeah, I think Pep thinks highly of Eddie Howe, so maybe he was a bit disappointed in him going back doing the back five because Eddie usually likes to attack, doesn't he? That's what he's known for.
Is
So maybe Pep thought he was a bit disappointed. What do you think, John?
Well, the thing is, so I mean, if Pep speaks, then people need to listen. In my opinion, they need to listen to him. Do you know what I mean? But
I've met him. I've met Pep. He's such a great guy.
he is so
Really.
charming, isn't he? I never met him,
No,
but I heard
he's
he's a
sound.
bit charming.
No,
Do you know
he's
what I mean?
sound. Yeah, he's top. He's a top bloke.
He is. That's what you need. That is what you need. And you know what? I think he's going to be there for many, many more years to come.
I hope so.
Right, before we wrap up the show and cut out the show, I mean, for me, can you see Newcastle getting in at the top 6, 7 end of the season?
With your fixtures, I don't see why not. It depends on the other teams. I mean, like I said, I think you can get 25 points. I think that's what you'll be aiming to get. Obviously, you want to aim to get 30 out of 30. But I think if you get a good return of 25, it gives you a chance. But again, it depends on the other teams around you if they pick up the results. But there will be some results that will raise some eyebrows for all teams. That's probably including Newcastle. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But I really wish you well because I really like Newcastle as a club, and my friend supports. I've got 2 mates that support Newcastle.
Cool.
So I hope they do well for them as well.
Fantastic stuff.
And
fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed for you, mate.
Thank you very much, man. We deserve it. Big up to Pete, by the way. Pete, it was sickening watching that yesterday. Pete, I think, let's be real, we were absolutely poor yesterday. And look, we did well, started well, but once Man City got the first 2 goals, the game was done. And second half is we just didn't show that fight. We just didn't really have a go. All we have to do, just give it a go, give them something to think about, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, Pete, do you think I asked a question to Pete, do you think there should be a clear out in the summer? Asking Pete that question as well, and I hope he's fine. And
it's a good question. It's a good question.
It is. You need a clear out in the summer. Do you think we need a clear out in the summer, though, Luke?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you're always going to have towards the beginning of the takeover and that, you're always going to have some players that will be hanging around that you probably should get rid of, but you need to build towards that. And look at Arsenal under Arteta. They're starting. They've only been doing it now for the last year or 18 months, where they're getting rid of the players that they need to get rid of. And Newcastle really need to start thinking about the squad, but also the financial ramification at the moment don't help you, do they?
Nah, not at all. That's the thing. But you know what? We've got to do something. We need a clear out in the summer, a big clear out. It's as simple as that. That is it. Yeah. So, listen, we're going to wrap up the show there because obviously we've got things to do. We're going to watch the Man U match, Liverpool match as well in the quarterfinals. And it's been an honour you coming on. But
thank you.
Wait, don't go away yet because I'll go with you backstage as well. Where can we find you, man? Where can we find you on the socials, man?
So I'm at LucasHerd92 on Twitter or X. That's about it. This is actually my first time I've been on the video before. So thanks very much for having me, John. You're a great host.
Thank you very much indeed. You're not the first new one to be on my channel yet, but we had others as well. And
and
disappointed as well. And
yeah, I'm gonna be with do you know Sophie who does the Arsenal videos?
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
be joining her to do the Man City Arsenal preview. We're going to do that probably a day or two before the game on the
That
I
is
think it's the
fun.
31st. So that should be good as well.
That is fantastic. I mean, Sophie is an amazing Arsenal fan. So
Yeah,
positive.
she's lovely.
She's funny and she is lovely. Sophie, if you're watching, hi to you as well. Always love you as well. And
Yeah.
go on to Pete as well. Has to be move on. All the players are out of contract. I'd listen to Officer Longstaff, Miggy, etc. Pete, we got to move on for these players now. That is it. You know,
Thanks,
how many
Lorraine.
more chances are they going to get? That is another problem as well. Love to meet you, Lucas. Please come back and we'll send you a follow as well. She's gonna follow you as well. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, do follow Lucas Hood 92 on social media. The link is in the title as well as L Hood 92 as I speak. And I'll show you back either tomorrow or Tuesday. So keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. If you like the video, like what you watch, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Like and subscribe. And as